good evening, viewers, and welccome to the Sunday special episode of Grooming Daughters. Today we have Pavithra Sanjeevi with us here today. She has done her BTech IT and MBA in operations from PSG Coimbatore. She's further pursued GFMB program from SPJ School of Global Family Managed Business. She started handling business from 2016 and started to see sales and stepped up as an export manager, then handled purchases, finances, and now she is the CEO of the company. She was awarded as the best young entrepreneur in 2017 by Southern Indian Mills Association. And she was the only female entrepreneur in the paper industry around South India. Welcome, Pavitra. It's a pleasure to have you here. We also have Professor Hiten Muchala sir here with us today. He is a passionate teacher. He himself is an entrepreneur from last 28 years and he loves teaching. He teaches strategy with GFMB program under SPJ School of Global Management. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Sabina. Welcome all the viewers. Vanakkam to all those people who are joining us from Tamil Nadu. I can assure you today is going to be a firepower session. And it's Pavithra with us. And it's interesting, Pavithra, the designation is CEO. So it's a young CEO that we have with us. So Pavithra,
first of all.
Yes, welcome. Very happy to have you with us today.
Thank you, sir. Great to be see you all after a long time.
Right. Okay, Pavithra, first, I think now that you are CEO, you must first tell us what is your current business? What do you do currently?
We are actually manufacturing paper and we are diverted into socks manufacturing as well. And we have started our power plant incorporated with ONGC in 2019. Other than it, we have a spinning unit and also the cover business. And we have lots of small of a diversified business, but the main business is the paper manufacturing.
Interesting. So many businesses under your family, but primarily the paper business.
Yes.
That's great. So Pavithra, can you tell us what generated the interest to join family business?
It's all started from the childhood, sir. Actually, when I'm in the 4 or 5 years of age, my dad used to tell me the bedtime stories, like how he struggled into the business, how he started his business with 243 rupees in his hand, and what are the guts he have in his business. That all fantasizing in me, like how he used to have a 10 cross 10 room when he started the paper trading business, and he don't used to lock even for the lunch hours because he don't want to lose even that one customer who comes in the lunch hours. So that fantasized me to gone into the field and see all the hard work and passion of my dad with him. Then even in my 5th grade, he used to tell me to write checks. Like it was a huge responsibility for me. I will be smiling and write checks because that I think like I gained such a trust from my dad. So I had a huge responsibility. So I will used to write checks, vouchers, and do all the paperwork. I used to go and take a printouts for him. That gave me enjoyment. Like I used to be with my father 24/7 because he will come to home once in 30 days or 45 days. So I don't go for the vacations. For vacation I used to go with him in the office and do all his paperwork, stamping works and account stuffs. So it enjoys me. So when I get some maturity level, I thought like I will also end up like him. I will be standing shoulder to shoulder to him in the business.
Wonderful. I think this is something very unique answer that I got. That bedtime stories, a father telling a daughter bedtime stories about himself and his own business. So means for a daughter, father becomes a hero of the story. Amazing.
Yeah,
I think this is something unheard of and very beautifully said. But generally, what were the discussions at home? This was bedtime stories. But generally, what will be the discussions on dining table and how will you hear them? What will you think in your mind?
All the time we used to talk about the business, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We used to talk about the business. Even in my 8th grade, I used to come to know what are my clients, what I am actually producing, what my turnover itself I come to know it even in the 9th grade to 8th grade. So he used to even tell me like what are the struggles even he is facing after the development. So he used to tell me so much of stories, how he conquered the market, what are the uh, things he just trickled to gain the trust and the goodwill from the clients. So it is so gives me like it is like a fantasy world to me, more than hearing the Cinderella story and all the cartoons. This story gives me the enthusiasm to work with him. I need to be with him and travel around the world, because I hate my schoolworks. I need to be travel with him.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that is what excited you, and that's how you joined your family business, correct?
Yes.
And was it easy in the sense you are a woman, and
Yes.
as a woman, as a young lady entering into father's business, uh, was it easy? Obviously, your father supported you all the time, but was it easy for others to accept you, support you, or did you face challenges?
I face so much of a challenges, sir. You start from my staff to my uncle and even my father. He will not even give me any guidance. He used to tell me like you need to learn from your own, because when I stepped into the industry, I learned from my own. So you need to learn from your own. So I will go to my industry, and that is a paper pickers in my industry who used to pick the waste papers around my industry and put it in a bulk for the recycling. So I will sit with them in the lunch, and I will just start the talk like how is their family and what the lunch they are taking. And slowly I will get into like what the varieties actually the paper you are picking, and what is actually the production is having a varieties, how much variety we are producing, what are the proportions of the raw material that you are using. So much of the things I actually learned from my staffs and the laymen in my factory. So it is started from there, and it actually created the bond between them. And when I started into the business, when I gone to the office, even my staff didn't see me as a some person coming to the looking into the sales, because they saw me from a childhood. So they treated me like a child, like they give me some nice office desk, and I just used to see the uh, uh, account statement and the receivable. That's it. I don't know what is happening actually in depth. So I told them like I need to see the receivable statement. My one of the staff told, no, I can't able to give you the receivable statement, and I can't able to answer all of the questions. I asked them like, why you can't able to give me a receivable statement and you can answer my questions. He said like, I can only answer to your fathers and uncle. I will not obey your words. I am not instructed to do it. I
Okay.
just stand up from my desk. I gone into my account section. I took over all the invoices, and I just came to my home and pinpoint all the email IDs and the phone numbers of the buyers who have a outstanding of more than 3 to 4 years in my factory. I just called them every morning and every evening. I used to email 60 emails and 70 emails in a day, and even 10% replies only I will got in the morning. So I used to follow them up, and eventually within a month I used to get some payments in return. And I started to make some profits to my company. Then the staffs think like I can able to do something. They gain trust like this girl can able to run the factory. So that's in my staff side. And in my family side, still they treated me like a child. They will not even uh, tell me to come into the meeting room and have a discussion, and they will not
Okay.
obey my decision at all. I was so clueless, like I will sit like a numb in my meeting room. Even my decisions will not hear out, even if it is stable. So I told him one day. I told my uncle like, why we are actually doing export in a credit basis, like we are giving 90 days of a credit and 60 days of a credit to a party, which are making so much of loss to our industry. He said like, no, this paper business is running only on the credit. No paper mill in the world is doing with advance payment. I told him like, give me a chance and let me just search and do my best. So he said like, okay, but we are in this industry for 15 years, more than 15 years, and we didn't hear about any advance payment terms. So I Googled it, and I just got the export statistics from the customs by myself, and called them and mailed them, and I sent the brochure samples to so many parties. And one fine morning, I just got the call from one of the Nigerian party, and he said like, I am satisfied with your samples, so I can able to order you right now with a few quantity. And I asked him, I suddenly told him like, this is the advance payment, 50% of advance and 50% after the BL. And he said, okay, no problem. I was in the cloud nine. I just took the performer invoice and ran to my dad and uncle and said like, see, I got some advance payment to my company. And they're like, uh, and they are so excited, like, and then started like, she can able to do some things, like she can able to do something beyond our calculation. So I just gained some trust by giving some profit to my company.
Fantastic, Pavitra. This is amazing. I think you dealt with what we call it as all three levels of management. That is the lowest level of management. You dealt with them by observing them, making friendship with them, and that's how you win their confidence. The middle management, the accounts which you gave an example that he refused to respond to you, and you
Yeah.
took it by yourself, receivables, and then you proved yourself that you can collect the money. Amazing.
Mhm.
And then it comes to top management, which is father, uncle, and you are trying to explain to them that the credit period can be controlled. It's not that something we've been doing
Yes.
is going to happen permanently. So phenomenal. That's something very exciting.
Thank you so much.
During this time, Pavitra, how had been your father's approach towards whatever contribution you had started making in the business?
My father actually didn't support me at all. He will actually, even today morning, I got the scolding for not sending some emails to some Turkish company. So he will always scold me. But so many people come and say me like, your father is so proud of you. He is telling them like, my burden is got so low after she entered into the business. But I never heard that word from my father directly, face to face. He used to he used to throw the paper to me in front of all the staffs. I used to cry even and come out of the office and come to my home and complain to my mother. That's all happened. But still, he used to be a backbone at the company, and he used to praise me a lot to the outsiders of the company. They used to come and tell me like, your dad is so proud of yourself, and you clearly took over his place and made him proud after so long of a time. So even he didn't even felt this way when my uncle took over his place. But right now he is so relaxed and proud that I took over his place.
Amazing. A tough father on your face, but
Yes,
a father who is very proud on your back. It's very
yes.
nice. Very nice. Uh, how about your current business? How is the business growth? What have you been contributing, or what kind of challenges are you facing currently?
Actually, till 2015, it is was rosy. We are being so development era. We built so many paper factory. We multiplied our one industry to three, and we diversified into socks and the power plant business, all those things. And when we started this power plant 2015, we got into so much of a trouble. Like this power plant is not running because due to the license that was dealt between the central government and the state government. So, for getting the license, we are used to travel to Delhi every month. We used to there around 20 days in Delhi, and we can't able to get any license from ONGC. So many bribes involved, and so because we are initiating to build up the power plant, our all the profits and the reserves are pulled into the power plant infrastructure. So we almost lost our profit and the cash reserves in our hand, and our paper mills are shutting down. The two paper mills are about to be shutting down, and only one paper mills are running in the cash rotations by itself. And this cash rotation, even it is not enough for running that industry. So we gone to the so much of a downfall. And what my father did is, my father actually don't know the Hindi and English fluently, and he just got frustrated with checking between the state government and the central government. He just gone into the parliament gates and was shouting to the security like, there are 300 families behind me, so I need to get something benefited from your government. Yeah, and then security called to the petroleum of minister, and he just gave so much of explanation with his own English. He don't know English also, with his own English, like, these are the things happen to me, and this is the difficulty I am facing. I can't able to run it out, and my family is going down, and my business is also going down, and I'm going to be literally in streets. But the petroleum minister understand it, and he welcomed him, and my dad, single person, handled that case, and dealt with the state government courts and the central government courts, and he just got the permitted in 2019. So from 2015 to 2019, it was a downstream. So in this 4 years, we are just gone into the NPA stage. Uh, our names are published in papers, and so much things have happened. But the thing is, I was with my father when he just gone into the power plant to see it out. I was running this three industry here. So I am managing some cash rotations for him. I was lending up for him, and I am managing to get some NRI funds and ECB loans. Whatever the way I can, I just managing for him.
So Pavitra, what I understand is that until 2015-16, you were doing extremely well in paper industry,
Yes,
and then as a family you diversified into power generation.
yes,
And because of the difference between the state government and central government, your power generation unit, which was having a lot of cash investments,
yes, sir.
and now that power generation unit is not working.
Yes,
Okay. And because of which now that whatever cash you generate from your paper business is getting into your power business.
yes,
Right. Okay. So all this, so it's a big moment of crisis. You said that, we were literally on the streets. So
yes,
during all this crisis, as a daughter, how
yes.
have you, what role are you playing? How are you supporting your father? How are you helping him in this crisis?
What I told him, like, I will tell him, like, don't worry about anything. We are being in your bank. So I told him I will start the paper trading again to get some flow of funds. So what we actually plan is, we used to plan the schedule every day, not for the week, not for the month. Every day we used to plan, and I need to report to my father at 12 a.m. sharply after every day. And he used to tell me, like, this the works you need to do tomorrow, and I need to report him, like, this is all the works that are being delayed, and this is the profit we got because of that. And he used to change every minute details of the work schedules. We used to work that manner. And I told him, like, I will go into the paper trading again. So what we will do is, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I used to call to the Eastern countries, the paper traders industry, and I used to get some orders. And what he will do is, after 7 p.m. to 2 p.m., 2 a.m., he used to call to the Western countries and do the paper trading business. So we used
Okay.
to shuffle that and pull some funds, and managed to, right now we managed to generate some cash flow, and started another two factories which were shut down. So right now we are operating three industries together.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's some courage between the father and daughter. Amazing. You said that you faced challenging time to get acceptance within your company in your very early
Okay.
days.
Yes.
Now, today, in this moment of crisis that you are facing, your family is facing, going through, how are you? I mean, do you get equal acceptance when you go outside your company? Let's say to your stakeholders, bankers. You said you have become an NPA account.
Yes.
Two of your
Yes.
companies have become NPAs. How are you dealing with them? Do you get accepted there when you talk to them?
No, sir. I will be like a little girl to them. Like when I go to the bank, they will not even allow me in the reception. Like I will tell them, my dad actually need. When we are in SBA, there are so many things we need to face, and my dad used to go to the SBI bank treasury sector, and I used to go to the another bank and need to meet the head of a treasury of the state. So what we do is my dad used to go this side and I used to go that side and meet those people. I used to prepare 42 pages of all the properties details and the security details and how we are pulling up the NRI accounts and how we are getting out the structure plan of finance. I used to put by myself and I used to work by myself. I used to prepare that 42 pages and take over to the bank. So when I said to the reception, like I need to meet the treasury head of your bank, and they said like, no, only we can allow your papa and uncle. They only are allowed to meet. I am telling them like I am Nasibu. I am coming in because of him. And so she will just talk to the uh, bank manager and he knows me, so he just took me to the meeting. And in front of the panel of 16 members, I am the only little child who is sitting in front of the 16 panel members. And they asked me like, we can't able to answer you because you don't know anything. And you are only the little child. Like this is the only the young child I saw in entire bank sector. So I was telling them like I know everything better than my dad because I used to prepare the 42 pages of the bank details by myself. So you can answer me, ask me anything, I can able to answer you. So you can have some trust like I know something about the company. And he told me like the first question he asked me like what are the securities that you had pledged? Do you know about the 10 crores security that you pledged in? I told him like, no, it is not 10 crores. It is 10.72 crores. You can check with your bank people. He then checked with his bank people. It was 10.72 crores. So he then gained the trust in me and heard me out. And he asked me like, why can't your father or uncle come in and give me the explanation? I said him like, I need to stand shoulder to shoulder to my father. So why I need to suffocate my father when he have other work? I am there to stand for him. So he said like, okay, I'm giving you extension. I'm giving you OTS. He's became so much of friendly to me then.
Wonderful, wonderful. Did you face any such similar situation at home?
At home also we face so much of a difficult situation. Like we being dragged literally to streets. My because my home is mortgaged in for the company. So some people came to my home and when I'm not in home and some people came here and put up a banners around my home and painted like this property is mortgaged and it is belong to this bank. I just
So
ran from there.
this happened from the people of the bank. The bank people came
Yes.
and did this. Okay.
Yes. And I just ran from my office and saw the bank managers standing in front of my door, and I asked him like, why are giving a notice and the banners? Because as per the Act 112, you are not supposed to give the block the house without any prior notice, because when you give the notice you have a 90 days of a time to repayment. So after once we didn't done any repayment, they can able to take any action from their side. So I teach the rules to them and they are backlacking from that side. And they said like, when you uh, when you're having so much of educations about the rules and those things, when why you are not repaying? And I told them like, I am actually going to do the OTS, one time settlement. So this mortgage property will be a leverage to your bank. So you are not supposed to even come here and stand near to my house. You are supposed to report to the police station in the local, and then once the notice is not addressed by mine myself and to my side, you are supposed to come and take an action. This is not the way. And he is just backlag from that side, and he just gone, and the banners and the painted things were around my house. I took out the banner by myself, and the paint was on my wall. So I gone into the paint shop and took out the paint that is matched to my wall. I painted myself in, outside the house, and my neighbors was seeing me and they are teasing me, but I don't care about that because I know this stage is not permanent. I can able to come out of it, and I have so much trust in my father than anyone here. So my father and myself will not put over into the stage. So that is not happening. Even so many of them tease. Even one of my neighbor told, this is your new job, so you can come and paint to my house also. I told him like, okay, give me a good pay, I can come and paint to your house. That's all happened, but it is not even devastated our family at all. We still standing in unity and supporting my father.
Fantastic, fantastic. This is highly inspirational, Pavithra. You have, I would say, you have some nerves of steel for sure. So then today, naturally, let me ask you that question. Today, between you and your father, who motivates whom?
Mostly I motivate dad. Actually, because when I'm down myself, my dad will get down. So I will not down by myself. So whenever my dad is down, I can able to see from his face itself that he is down. And one incident I can able to share with you, because at one part of a time we thought to sell out our first property, first factory in our business. It was actually built on my birth year 1991. So he's so emotionally attached to it, and it was his first factory built by himself. So he was so upset that he's about to sell to get some cash part transaction. And I told him like, oh, why you're worrying about it, don't sell the property, we will phase it out. You can sell our home. It was worthing so much of a crore near to that factory. So we can able to sell our home. I can able to live in a 4x4 apartment because I can able to manage it. Because this luxury and this courageous, it's all because of my dad. It's nothing in front of him. So we can able to live, let our life live in for apartment. He's so emotionally touched with it, and he tell me like, don't worry, I will not make any property loss to bank. So we can able to work it out. So we worked it out together, and right now we are out of NPA.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think this is a case where a daughter is encouraging and motivating the father. And of course, as we all say, that there is always a day that follows the night. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. And as you very
Yes,
rightly said, Pavitra, that this crisis is never permanent. It is going to go away. It's all about
yes,
resilience. And the kind
yes.
of resilience you are showing, the kind of nerves of steel that you are showing, I think you are an inspiration to so
Thank
many
you.
young ladies today.
Thank you so much.
And that's precisely the whole purpose of why we do this. The reason we do this is very simple. Can we groom our daughters? Can we groom our daughters? Use our family business as a platform. Look at this. Pavitra's father is telling her bedtime stories about himself and what challenges he's been doing. What do you think, or why do you think Pavitra has nerves of steel? It's probably something that she inculcated when she was so small. Can we do this with our daughter? Can we do this with our daughter-in-law? Can we do this with our wife? And when we can do this, look at Pavithra, shoulder to shoulder. She's sharing all the responsibility. She's sharing all the problems. She's fighting it out. Not only that, motivating her father. I think, Pavithra, you are a true inspiration. And I'm sure all the listeners who are listening are going to take back home something very, very important today. And that's the whole purpose, why we are all together here. So this is an initiative which we are doing, which is called Grooming Daughters at Asian Institute of Family Managed Business. You can like our page on Facebook Live, and you will remain updated. Every Sunday, we will be with you with a new participant, with some new inspirational story, with something new to learn. Those of you who want to join us, who want to join our movement, you please contact Ms. Sujata Roy. Her number is 98339 67687. 98339 67687. So see you all next Sunday, 5 o'clock sharp.